Skyrim, 14 square miles. Witcher 3, 53 square miles. Crimson Desert, 83 square miles. Open game worlds are getting incredibly big, and yet, a lot of people dislike fast travel. I believe it deserves more credit than it gets, because look what happens when there is no fast travel. You're having the time of your life playing Minecraft with friends, building a portal to Nether to grab some sick loot, and then you die. Welcome to Spawn, 4,000 blocks away from your base. You forgot to click on bed, well done. Your friends are already going through the portal and you're collecting sticks for a boat. That pain wasn't necessary. Fast travel would have solved that. Let's look at the good, the bad, and why this controversial mechanic deserves more credit. Let's say I have an hour to play, and there is this boss I really want to do, but I'm located 5 miles away. Without fast travel, it would take me a few hours to traverse. With it, it takes a single loading screen and a mere 10 seconds. A week passes. I've got an evening of time to play. I have a full inventory of items from the earlier boss that I want to sell. And again, fast travel saves the day. And fast travel usually only unlocks when you've already been somewhere. So you clearly had to do the route first. If there is something cool there, I'll come back anyway. But it can also feel automated. I often finish a location and then teleport to town. I sell loot, upgrade my gear and check what I need. Disgusting. I kinda feel disgusted and robotic when I do that. Without those portals, I'd do more quests in one go. I'd bring back more valuable loot at once, since I'd need to filter through the crap. And that necessity to plan a route through the world, that's what can make it feel like a real adventure. So it's better when it has a cost or stakes, or something that weakens it slightly, so it's not overpowered. In Crimson Desert, the main character is quite overpowered. He has insane powers and teleports to ancient structures from about anywhere. Fast travel points usually aren't at the main locations though. You often need to do some parkour with a rope and climb to reach your destination. However, 90% of the route is cut. In Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, fast travel on the map is simulated travel. Time passes, your character gets hungry, tired, and random encounters can interrupt your fast travel. So even when you fast travel, the game won't let you skip everything. In Morrowind, you can mostly fast travel between cities, and this happens via actual transporters. Shield Strider can go only to some places, and it won't go across water. For that, you need to travel via boat. So that fast travel is very reasonable. But it's not always the case. Fast travel frequently serves a role of a band-aid. But why do we even need fast travel? Why can't a game just be fun on the road? Here is the thing. Not every game is fun to traverse in. Fast travel is often kind of a band-aid. Often you're just running on foot for miles. And only some games have an interesting and full of surprises world on the route. Fast travel lets many games patch up their holes. Is it a cheap workaround? Yeah! Would I prefer more interesting transport methods? Yeah! Would I like every game to have a vibrant, lively world full of random events and big diversity? Yes, absolutely! But not every game can be that good. A lot of games have locations that are pain to reach. You have to climb a mountain or cross half a desert. There lives an NPC you need to visit several times. They sell cool gear and offer quests you want to complete. The problem is that the developers can abuse this. And then it becomes a band-aid not on a wound, but on a missing arm. It's easy to add 1 mile of desert with nothing on it. Games often expand the map just for the sake of expansion, leaving areas empty. Like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I felt like I was just running from point to point, fort to fort, across wonderful but boring nothingness. Not only did I find nothing interesting on the way, the locations kept being the same. Boring. Someone added that space between the forts. I don't know why. Space for the sake of space. Although somehow I still played it for like 30 hours. And still had fun in it. Without fast travel, games need to be tighter, more packed with content. It's nice to enjoy the view, but that's an effect that wears off fast because you get used to the scenery. The point here? A game has to earn its size. So what? Should the developers just make smaller maps? Not really. Larger worlds can still be fun, even with sparse random encounters and hidden secrets, when they have good traversal methods. And then there are worlds with a size that's just right for what the developers could deliver. Fast traveling in Red Dead Redemption 2 can make you miss a lot of content, but not every studio is Rockstar. But every game has a late game, and that part can very much benefit from fast travel, helping to prevent burnout. Fast travel saves you from late game burnout. Here is how. In Elden Ring, in the late stage, I could see I missed something here, a secret there, a boss I didn't kill over there. I can't imagine running those long routes 100 times. It's already enough that I had to run the same boss dozens of times. And I like random encounters, but after 90 hours I know the entire pool of what can spawn. A game would need to have dozens or hundreds of them prepared to keep surprising me. Sounds good, right? So what's the catch? It takes away content along the way. Sure, you might miss some cool encounters, but it seems like a small price to pay, especially when you feel you're on last hours with the game, right before burnout. Also, getting bored with the game is allowed at any point. When I need a specific piece of gear in Crimson Desert, that pesky little armament is located behind 3 gigantic mountains, and I don't always feel like climbing them. Drinking 50 hot teas along the way so I don't freeze to death. So fast travel is genuinely great here. You get to where you want, you finish what you want to finish. And nothing is stopping you from walking somewhere on foot to check if maybe you missed some legendary item along the way. There is also this specific scenario I believe many of you have got into too. It's where I love fast travel the most. It's when I want to focus purely on a single questline. Open world games are the main users of the travel shorteners. They are built of dozens upon dozens of smaller linear questlines, all screaming for your attention. And all story-based games have one thing in common. They have a main storyline, obviously. Stories, especially the key ones, can be incredibly absorbing and fun, to the point where I don't want any, and I mean any distractions at all. And fast travel shines a lot in this case. Fast travel lets you keep the pace and stay focused on a storyline. I often get hooked on a questline and I don't want to do other ones. If I like a story, I want to dig into it right here, right now. In huge worlds, without fast travel, you can easily get sidetracked and forget about that cool quest you were on, losing that cool vibe forever. Like there is an investigation, someone stole a ship, and I want to find that stolen ship at all costs. Not get distracted clearing camps along the way. Fast travel lets you keep the momentum so you don't break out of the emotions of that quest. I love being immersed and hate being interrupted. But it's an option. Nobody's making me stop on my main quest. Nobody's making me fast travel. I have a choice, and having a choice is great. So what's my point in all of this? Fast travel is respect for players' time. When it comes at a cost or is somehow simulated, it becomes a cool game mechanic. Good games use it as a tool. Bad games use it as life support. And thanks to it, I can have more fun in interesting narratives. Thank you for watching and make sure to subscribe. And also let me know what you think about fast travel. Do you hate it? Do you love it? Or something else?